I've heard it said that diamonds are forever, and we are going to shine on like crazy diamonds with this magical gemstone spread. I'm Ross Cessna from Spiritual Phoenix Studios, and I'm bringing you a free daily tarot card reading. But before we get into it, we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to breathe in through our nose for 8 seconds, hold it for 4, and then breathe out of our mouth for 8 seconds. So let's breathe in. Breathe out. And if you feel better, drop a like and leave a comment. So if you watch my videos daily, you might wonder why I'm wearing the same thing I wore yesterday. I'm actually having a dental procedure done when you are seeing this. So I'm recording this a day ahead of time. Gotta love how we can do that, right? Let's get into the spread though. This is the magical gemstone spread. And on this day, 4 robbers dressed as women entered Harry Winston's jewelry shop in Paris. They made off with over $108 million in diamonds and jewels. In 2011, 25 people were arrested when the missing jewels were discovered in a Paris rain sewer. And here's the summation of the spread. Gems are magical in their properties and have been held as talismans for centuries and bestowed as gifts for their special meanings. The magical gemstone spread is based upon qualities associated with certain gems. You may never look at your jewelry the same way again. If you're seeing this, I'm pretty sure you already know about the magical properties of crystals, but let's have some fun with it, right? So the first card is Diamond. What is undestructible in your life? And it is the Page of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse is about inhibition and self-conscious. What's indestructible in your life? Right now it's saying your lack of confidence and your self-doubt. I think that's true for a lot of people, and even with people who are able to project confidence regularly, there can still be a little bit of that self-doubt always lingering. So it's good to have the tools and resources to help prop ourselves up so we can maybe look a little bit more confident than we feel, and then we can also act a little bit more less inhibited than we might think we are. And with that, we will move on to the next card. How do I encourage, or how do you encourage prosperity? 2 comes up. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. This is about recession and obstacles. How do you encourage prosperity? By holding back on some things and by appreciating some of the challenges, by challenging yourself. As much as I hate to say this, by kind of picking yourself up by the bootstraps. And it's a really shitty template in some regards, but there's also a lot of power in understanding that we might be able to dig a little bit deeper at times. And understand that there's nuances there, right? I'm not saying everybody in that situation, but a lot of us have a lot more that we can dig into and make things stretch. So how do you encourage prosperity? Working a little bit smarter and working a little bit harder. How may you experience and offer unconditional love? This is kind of interesting. Chariot in reverse comes up. That's about going the wrong direction. The thing about it is, it's not so much how do you experience it, it's what barriers are in the way of it, right? So how do you experience it? This card says wrong direction. That's the wrong question is what that's telling me. How do you offer unconditional love? Just acknowledge it, right? Just acknowledge it. It's that simple. 4, how can you increase your health? And this is more of a fun disclaimer, but it is true. I'm not giving you medical advice. 2 of Cups comes up, partnership and attraction. This is about socializing more. The people that you hang out with, the people that you have conversations with, pursuing your interests. Social health is definitely a real thing. And the people that you engage with on a regular basis and their energy impacts how you show up to life. You're the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, and their choices and their attitudes and the way that they treat themselves and see themselves and the health actions they take do impact you consciously and unconsciously. How do you increase your health? Making sure you're hanging around the right people that are emotionally fulfilling to you. Next one. What addiction do you need to let go of comes up. And it is 6 of Cups in reverse. 6 of Cups in reverse is clinging or attachment. You got to let go of attachment. You got to let go of thinking things need to happen a certain way, or thinking that things will always be a certain way, right? And they talk about in Buddhism how attachment is the thing that leads to all suffering. The source of all suffering is attachment. And people in the West, like I've done this before as well, really don't understand that concept very well. We think it means not having stuff or not appreciating things. It actually means allowing those things in your life, but understanding the potential that they're always finite and having a great sense of appreciation for them when they're there. It's the exact opposite of not having anything, right? Completely different aesthetic and feel to saying, I greatly appreciate this versus I'm not going to have anything. Think about that, right? One is like a sense of abundance. The other is a sense of very, very limiting emptiness. And I will say this and then I'll move on. I learned a lot from like having very limited things in my life, but it was a very, very hard lesson. And I don't think everybody needs to learn that. I think there's a lot of value in learning to be present and appreciative with what you have. Next one, how can you connect to your higher self and the wisdom of the ancient ones? The World card comes up. In reverse, no less. And that's about hiatus or like being skeptical. Honestly, it's saying, don't even worry about that right now. Worry about just getting more comfortable within yourself, and this will unfold on its own. Like a lot of people, I've done this myself too. A lot of people spend so much time trying to get to the next level in life, or to uncover the next thing, or to move themselves forward, that they actually forget to appreciate right where they're at. And that's actually how you move forward a lot of times, is by being in the present moment. So often we're chasing the horizon. We're forgetting to like watch the sun rise or sunset, or however you want to say it, on whatever part of our life we're on. So savor this moment. Like you're always connected to that stuff. You're always connected to that wisdom. Savor the fact that you don't have to do anything else for once, and take a freaking breath. Next one. What is the best way of grounding yourself and keeping away unwanted energy? This is super cool too. It's Ace of Cups. Compassion and intimacy. What's the best way of staying grounded? Have other people in your lives that you have emotional connections with. Do kind things for other people. And if you're constantly investing in being compassionate and present and honest and authentic with other people, over time, the right people are the only ones that are going to be around you. That's just the way that life works. I won't say that there won't be shitty people that bubble up occasionally, but like for the most part, you're going to be around the right people, because if you're projecting a different wavelength, it's going to be unappealing to other people. So that unwanted energy dissipates when you make a conscious effort to always show up in the energy of what you want in your life. And then lastly, how do you increase your psychic ability? Dude, these cards are so spicy today. It is 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and this is about materialism and superficiality. It's the wrong question. How do you increase your psychic ability? Increase your happiness and increase your spirit, and that stuff comes. They even talk about this kind of concept in some of the Yoga Sutras or stuff that I've read, that when people begin to pursue some of these practices for the intent of receiving gifts, those gifts no longer are offered on the table. But when you start pursuing these practices because of the benefit of the discipline of the practice of, say, getting up and meditating, or a regular yoga practice, or mindful eating, and it's still kind of the same thing of allowing yourself some experiences and some joy, but having some discipline. When you begin to show up that way, the abilities come naturally. But it goes into one of the things like not having lust for results, right? How do you increase your psychic abilities? Stop giving a shit about having psychic abilities and focus on having a happier, healthier, more meaningful life. That stuff comes. Focus on it for the right intention, right? And with that said, if this reading was helpful, drop a like, leave a comment, follow me wherever you may see this, and I hope that you have a blessed day. If you ever want a private reading, hit me up. My information's available. I'm sure you can track me down. It's the internet, and I'm not hard to find. Peace. Hey, thanks again for checking out my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe by hitting the Phoenix down below and check out more of my videos over there.